Hey guys, so for this video, I'm going to showcase the best creative courses to improve your mechanics. Now, when I say mechanics, I'm referring to your building, your editing, your aim, and your movement. These are the 4 main mechanics in Fortnite Battle Royale. They are also the easiest aspects of your gameplay to get better at. Unlike with your game sense, your mechanics will always improve with practice. It does not matter how bad or good you are, you can always refine your mechanics. The thing is, without the right map, you won't get realistic or efficient practice. That's where I come in. I'm going to showcase 2 creative courses for each of the 4 mechanics I mentioned, as well as a bonus one I'll sneak in the middle. All of these courses have been used by pro players and are officially Papagerian approved. They are the real deal. So with that being said, let's start with editing. The first edit map we'll look at is called the Piece Control Edit course by CanDook. I'll put the code for it along with all the other ones down below. This is not your average edit course. Rather than focusing solely on edits, CanDook's map will also help you with your piece control. And to see what I mean, once you spawn in, press the button to start the course, grab a shotgun, and read the instructions. You basically want to treat all the brick builds on the course as if they're owned by your opponents. That means if there's a brick ramp, box it up for piece control, then edit through for a quick shot on the targets. You want to do this on every brick build piece throughout the map. The other thing you should do on top of that is build within all the open boxes or empty spaces. It doesn't matter how useless it may seem, just do it like I do. What this does is it gets you into the habit of constantly establishing piece control. This is not an easy task. Most people know what piece control is and why it's useful. If they don't, I'm honestly just disappointed. Seriously, the one thing most people struggle with is actually establishing piece control in game. They just don't have the muscle memory for it. However, with CanDook's piece control map, that should no longer be an issue. This map alone will improve your editing, your piece control, and your overall gameplay. So for those of you looking for unique edit maps in Season 3, you are not going to find anything better than this. Moving to our next edit course, it is Tito's realistic edit map. I'm not going to lie, I had no idea this even existed before I made this video. I only saw it after watching a TikTok about it on my For You page. Shameless plug, follow my TikTok at RealJarian. Anyways, Tito's map is easily the most realistic edit map in all of Fortnite. You spawn in at the center of the island with all of the different drills surrounding you. There's also a bunch of weapons around you, options for things like automatic reloading, and a portal to get the charged shotgun. You have to be in creative fill to get the charged shotgun, by the way. In total, I believe there are more than 15 separate drills throughout the map. One of my favorite is the stationary ramp phase practice. All you do is build a wall above you, turn around and flip it, and then edit the wall open for a shot. It is extremely simple and efficient. Another awesome drill is the one for top right corner edits. To me, these are the most useful edits to practice. I'll either just run through the course normally, focusing on my accuracy, or I'll incorporate a little piece control to kill the target. Both ways work. Last drill I wanted to highlight is the Mongrel Classic one. Not only does this allow you to grind consecutive Mongrel Classics, but Teadoh also made it so you can practice them from different angles. You can do a Mongrel Classic from the top of a 1x1 from the front like you normally would, while dropping down onto a ramp. You can do them however you want. Thus, if you're sick of straightforward edit courses and want more realistic drills to practice, put this map code in ASAP. Onto the building section, and we have Raider464's Piece Control Freebuilding map. Before you say anything, yes, I am currently obsessed with piece control. It is the meta in Season 3. Just add it next to edit on release for my Fortnite obsessions. Raider's Piece Control Freebuilding map is exactly what you think it is. It's a huge open space with a bunch of pre-built structures. It's almost like an in-game Fortnite jungle gym. Your goal is simply to freebuild around and establish piece control on whichever building structure you want. That's it. Why I love it is because of how many different ways to practice there are. You can work on your piece control while spamming retakes, you can pretend people are around you and build defensively, or you can just free build like normal. There's a reason it's called free building and not a building course. There's no set path for you to follow. Additionally, Raider not only made this very little memory, meaning you'll get good FPS on all platforms, but he also implemented a feature where the map automatically resets every 3 minutes. This gives you the ability to practice different piece control techniques you have not yet mastered. Way too many courses force you to practice moves in certain ways. If you don't do it the right way, then you cannot move on. That's not the case for a free building map with a reset feature. You have all the freedom in the world to practice the exact way you want to, not the way someone else thinks you should. So I don't know about you guys, but this is definitely my new go-to free building map. Second building map I'll show is the Combat Tunneling course by Manu812. I really like this map. After you spawn in, there's a bunch of weapons for you to choose from, as well as 8 or so different rifts. The rifts are labeled above them with what course they lead to. These include left tunnels, middle tunnels, right tunnels, and bizzle tunnels. Once inside the rift, you'll see the courses are extremely simple and straightforward. Manu laid out a path for you to follow and strategically placed sentry robots around that path. He also made 2 rifts for each course, that way you don't have to reset the game after to get more practice. course. The only real differences between each course are the location of the sentry robots and the path you're supposed to follow. For example, the Bizzle tunnel path is diagonal with sentry robots above you, while the right side tunnel path is in a straight line with sentry robots to your left. My advice is to tunnel exactly how you would in a real game. Try not to waste too many mats or go too fast. Additionally, be aware the robots on each course do not play around. They will focus you really hard if you stand still for too long. Last tip I have is to remember to practice different tunneling techniques. Do stuff like putting a ramp over your head, placing walls only to your sides, and moving around while you build. All of these strategies will help you get practice for real matches. So I know a lot of you guys wanted me to show off a tunneling map. You just cannot beat this one from Manu. Switching over to movement maps, I have the world's first movement course by CoachJazz. As the name implies, this is the first ever creative course solely aimed at improving your movement. The way it works is very similar to a death run. You're given a blue tack shotgun with one pair of instructions, which is to eliminate every sentry robot you see. When you don't eliminate a sentry robot, you cannot progress to the next phase of the course. Something else you need to know is that each unique stage on the map has a minigame for you to complete, as well as instructions for how to beat it. A few of them are a little more confusing than others, but once you figure them out, they're all pretty easy. You could also cheat and look up CoachJazz's video like I did, by the way. #cheater. Seriously though, the main reason I find this course useful is because it actually focuses on your movement. One good example of that is this part of the course with the robot below you. If you're not careful and don't peek the right way, then it will kill you. It doesn't care how many times you've tried to beat it, you need to use your movement the right way. Another example is this part with the trap pit. If you don't strafe or jump at the right moment, then you'll have to start over at the nearest checkpoint. No other improvement course does this to this degree. So for anyone looking to improve their movement, you've got to try this course out. I promise you, this is the best movement course I've found, and I swear it's not because there aren't that many in existence. Next movement map is not the longest, nonetheless, its name is the Aim Strafing map by MachineRite. Just like in every other map, you spawn in next to weapons and a rift. The rift takes you to the practice course. In order to get the most efficient practice possible, you want to walk on the big white line on the floor. Just strafe right or left while moving and shooting at each of the targets. Trust me guys, I know this seems really basic. All you're doing is running to the right and left and spraying. You gotta remember though, the point of this is to focus on your movement. If you can't stay perfectly on the white line, then you need to practice more. You shouldn't even have to think about where or how to move your character, you should just do it. So while it may appear way too simple for a lot of you, I honestly wish I knew about this course when I first switched to keyboard and mouse. Bonus map time. The bonus map is going to help your movement. The thing is, it's not actually a map. It's simply the minigames inside creative hubs. In case you guys didn't know, each creative hub has a minigame for you to complete. They're usually a combination of a death run, a maze, and a brain twister. I never did these myself until I saw this tweet by Benji Fishy. Apparently Benji always completes the weekly creative hubs to improve his movement. What's even funnier is I used to recommend this as well, but nobody really took my advice. People just thought I was joking. Newsflash, I was not. So to quickly sum my bonus tip up, death runs will actually improve your movement, and Benji Fishy is proof. Now for the aim section, let's start with Raider464's Aim Duel map. Aim duels are high HP 1v1s without building and are the best way to practice your close range aim. After you load up the map, you can choose what weapons you want to use, select which of the health settings you prefer. I usually go for 2000 and then pick one of the 10 plus different aim duel scenarios. You and the other person in your lobby will then spawn on different sides of a big orange divider. Just press the blue button to start the 1v1 and wait for the countdown to start shooting. Due to the fact you can't build, you are only focusing on your aim. This makes for extremely efficient close range aim practice. On top of that, it will actually help improve your movement. As you're trying to eliminate the other person, you want to try and take as little damage as you can. You should start strafing, jumping, crouching, juking, all while hitting as many shots as possible. A pretty cool feature people overlook on this map are the different elevations Raider added on each course. These odd looking structures provide for some insanely realistic practice. Just think about it. How many times in game are you going to get in a clean 50-50 aim duel on level ground? Not very often. You're more likely going to get into aim battles when someone's above you or next to you on a ramp. Raider added scenarios to simulate those exact engagements. So for anyone who wants close range aim practice, aka shotguns and SMGs, I highly recommend this aim duel map. The final aim map that will wrap up the video is Skavooks Aim Trainer. If you don't know what Skavooks is by now, I honestly don't know what to tell you. It has the best tracking drills in all of Fortnite. To see what I mean, put in the map code and start the game up. From the start screen, you're presented with a bunch of different weapons, tips, and scenarios to play. The shotgun drills aren't too bad, they definitely do help. However, I recommend aim duels for close range shotgun aim. Skavooks should be your go-to map for AR tracking. It has horizontal tracking maps, vertical tracking maps, tile frenzy, it has everything you could possibly want. want. What makes it even better is that DonWozi made all the targets zombies. You're going to be practicing on targets with the same hitboxes as players in game. So I know I kept this part short, it's mainly because I've covered it like 4 different times already. Still, it's seriously the best tracking map in creative. Overall guys, those are the most useful aim, edit, build, and movement courses in Fortnite. Let me know down below which was your favorite as well as any other ones I should check out. On top of that, if you enjoyed the video or learned something new, do be sure to drop a like, subscribe to the channel, and to turn on post notifications. Shout out to everyone using code JARIAN. People say I don't plug my creator code enough, but I'm really not trying to be a sellout. I'll say it one more time for good measure though, use code JARIAN. Not code it's JARIAN, use code JARIAN. Otherwise, that's it from me, and I will see you guys in the next one. Later.